It's day 26 of our 30-day decluttering challenge. You've made it so far. It's almost to the end. This is amazing. Today we're tackling paperwork, and before you freak out, this is the goal. We're just spending 5 minutes, and you only have to find 5 things, but hopefully you find more. But our focus in this 5 minutes is the actual trash paper, the stuff that has to be recycled, the empty envelopes, the junk mail, the flyers, the coupons, the recipes you've never made. We are not dealing with big important paperwork here. It's just the trash, and we're doing it together. So are you ready? Set your timer for 5 minutes. On your mark, get set. Let's declutter. So what I did was gathered the places that I normally just pile random things. So we get a lot of flyers, which I wish we didn't. But my husband likes to look through them, and then he just stacks them in this one certain spot. So I just quickly grabbed all of those. I know we don't need them. They gotta go. If you are a person who likes to do price matching and flyers and stuff like that, here's the thing. After a week, they're bad. So give yourself a basket and then every week make yourself empty it, right? This is we have the best intention to go through all the flyers and circle all the stuff and bring them with us and do the price matching, but most of us, 99% of us, just end up leaving it and it's paper clutter. So bye. All getting recycled. But there's more than that. You may be like me and like a note taker. I have problems. So I have Post-its all over the house, and I have little to-do sheets that I write as a reminder. We don't need to keep them. Sometimes the act of taking the note is what helps to motivate us or helps us to remember. We don't need to keep the old notes. I want you to just ruthlessly grab all this type of stuff and say, it's okay and it's gonna go. And for me, one of my biggest sources of clutter are all the recipes that I want to try someday. Also, I love HelloFresh, but then I was like keeping all the recipe cards because maybe I'll go back and remake them. Guess how many times I've gone back and made these without an actual kit? The answer is never. The answer is never. And I look at them and it's guilty clutter of I should be going to the grocery store and getting these supplies and blah, blah, blah. Look, I have like expired coupons in there. It's crazy pants. It's crazy pants. So we're just like, that's it. Let's go. Go, friend. I know you have this type of clutter in your home, whether it's old receipts that you no longer need. Maybe they're in your purse. Grab them, toss them. That's what we're doing today. We're grabbing and we're tossing. And also a big offender for me is takeout menus. I think, oh, it'd be so nice to have these or these coupons that you get. Like you're going to save on the McDonald's or the Domino's or whatever. But I never, ever think to use them. And if I do want to look at a menu, I'm going to look online. So why the heck am I having clutter? You know how many kitchens I've been to and they have an entire drawer dedicated to this type of clutter, whether it's coupons or flyers or restaurant takeout menus? Nope. Stop it. Today's the day they're leaving. Right now, get rid of all that paper. And if you have a stack of like bills to be paid, right now you can just grab the envelopes where you're supposed to mail it back. Those can go. The extra inserts that they put in there and the statements, they can all go right now. Ruthlessly, just put them in a bag. If you're worried about shredding, we're gonna rip it up later. Put it all in a bag, let it go. But before you do, make sure you take a picture of the paper that's leaving your house today. Again, we only have to do this for 5 minutes. We're already done. Take a picture, hide the important information, and share it and use the hashtag ClutterbugDeclutter to inspire other people to just rip off the Band-Aid and get rid of the trash paper in your house today. I'll see you back here tomorrow, friends, for another day when we declutter together. Hey guys, thanks so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. I have shared this story with you a million bazillion times, but it's one of my all-time favorites, so we're dusting her off and bringing her out because we're almost done the 30-day. This is probably all time one of my top most embarrassing moments. But also hear me out. Okay, I was driving my minivan with my girls in the back while they were younger. They were both in car seats. It was like a summer day. We're cruising around and I'm like, I should wash the van. So I pull up into this drive-through car wash. I don't know if you know what this is. It's like there's a track and it catches your tires, you put it in neutral and it pulls you through. And it washes your car with like rainbow soapy water, and then you rinses you and it dries you and you drive out clean the other side like da 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 da, right? So listen, I'm always nervous in these things because I'm not a good driver, but I pull in, it's a summer day, huge line, I'm waiting my turn, I pull up to the thing, I pay, I I put my car in neutral and it isn't pulling me through. And I realize my tire's not in the track. I'm over a foot too far beside the track. And there's all these people behind me, and there's no like call button to say help. And I can't I can't back everybody up. You know what I'm saying? Like what do you do? What would you do, friends? I know it's not what I did, but let me know in the comments what you would do in this situation. 10 cars behind you all waiting and honking, and you're like, so here's what I do. I'm like, I'm just going to drive slowly through. What's the difference? I'm only over a foot. I'll just slowly drive through. No, friends. Here's what I soon discovered as soon as I went in. That thing is perfectly aligned to the average size vehicle, and when you are over a foot to the side, those beater bars that clean are now bashing into the side of your car, and it was screeching metal, and it was shaking the car. So I panic and I think, it's okay, Cass, you just gotta rev it to get up and over the metal bars into the track. So I turn my wheel all the way and I go, but I'm stuck, so I gas it, except I go up and over the track, and now I'm sideways, and now the beater bars on this side are slamming, and the beater bars on this side are slamming, and there's rainbow soap, and the kids are screaming in the background, and I'm screaming because we're being shook so hard by these beaters and the metal scratching, and I am wrecking this car wash, okay? So I panic. I reverse forward, reverse forward, reverse forward. And then I just drive out of there like a bat out of hell. Okay? Covered in rainbow soap. My windshield wipers just going. I didn't wait for the rinse or the dry. I just drove out of there covered in rainbow soap, and the kids are still screaming. And I turn around and they have rainbow soap on them because the back windows of the minivan were open, like how they crack open to vent, and I didn't realize. And because I was sideways, the soap was spraying in the minivan, like not a lot, but enough that it was unsettling. Plus, the whole van's covered in soap. I definitely broke that car wash because when we got home, and I got out of the car in full panic and I looked, the whole side was scratched and dented. The whole other side, it was wrecked. I just never went back there. I just avoided that car wash till this day. So my bad. But also, what would you do in this situation? Don't drive through. Don't do that. But is there an alternative? I don't know. My brain doesn't work like that. Let me know in the comments below. And thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time.